That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him.
Spring is in the air, I have long hair, and fence picket builds are here. I got one picket to paradise. No, wait, that was last year. But I have another one picket build. And no, it's not a planner, and I can't stop building them. Look, I loved last year's solar dragonfly lantern. I still smile when it glows every night sitting out by my fish pond. But this build is my new favorite. It took me 30 years before I actually attempted it. Don't laugh. Life has a way of screaming by like a bat out of hell, but not today. Today we catch it. It's the definition of quick and easy. And if you build one, you'll build more than one. My mom wants a couple, the in-laws, the neighbor. Well, at least he'll hook me up with a couple of 12 packs. So there is a market out there. Maybe not the $40 I saw them for, but 20 to 25 all day long. 30 maybe. Pickets bend, pickets twist, cup and curl. But we got lucky here. The very first one is beautiful. It looks like winter has been kind to my pickets, if nothing else, drying them out for me. We're going old school here, but not stolen from the school, I promise. We're going to get this all done on just one picket, with a little left over actually. I'm not going precise here. It's more like a general layout, to work my way around the knots. I want the face to be knotless, to show off the grain. The sides can have knots, even better if we can cut around them though. Then it's off to the miter saw to cut the size. Scar does a great job. The blade is still sharp as the day I bought it, so no real tear out. Three pieces at 14 inches, one at 10 3/4, and one at 8. I double checked my dimensions. And yeah, I think I want the sides at 3 inches wide. If we rip them just right, we can kick the knots to the curb. We drag the table saw out and fight the anaconda of a dust hose. The beauty of small shop woodworking. I really cannot wait to get the horse trailer out for the year. It shouldn't be long now, any day. Grip and rip it, 3 inches wide. And it's looking a little square. I think we'll drop the top down an inch and cut it at 15-degree angle. Then, like Jack Black, I'm once again fighting with the dust collector. I also add a 15-degree bevel on the front and back. The front also needs to be cut one more time. I need a 1/2 inch slot in the middle, about 2 inches up for ventilation. And that looks about perfect. Now, I need to build up that little bottom piece. I want to reduce the opening underneath to only 1 inch. And since the top is far too big, I'm thinking we can rip it down a little and take the remainder for the bottom. Next, I want to score up the inside of the front and back pieces. I was talking to Ray, check out his channel if you haven't already, and he was saying he heard these scores could be angled upward even to help out. So I think I'm going to give that a try, and for continuity, I'm just going with that 15-degree angle we used earlier, and thinking every ½ inch. Just drop the blade so it's cutting no more than 1/8 inch. Cut, slide it over, cut again. Rinse and repeat, the front and then the back. If you don't have a table saw, don't worry. You really don't need one. You can use a circular saw or even just a box cutter. And heavily score the sides so our little bloodsuckers have something to hold on to. Not really. They're here to help with the bloodsucker problem. Now, you can stop here if you want. Just glue and assemble. But I'm going to take it just a little further. I drew up a little design for the front and dragged my laser out for a quick little burn. If you don't have a laser, again, don't worry. 1, it's not needed or required. The project is great without it. And 2, you can also use what I call a burn pen. Color the pattern in and heat it. It'll burn the image into the wood, not as deep as the laser, but it'll work. A link's in the description for the burn pen that I was looking at. While that burns, I break out some new clamps. I've been itching to try these, a little gift from Jurgensen, and I haven't stopped smiling since I got them. I just love the orange and steel look. They were nice enough to send me a couple 6-inch and 12-inch clamps. I think they'll work perfect here. 600 pounds of clamping pressure. Not that we need all that. Double clutch lock, rubber protection tips that slide on and off to protect the wood. Beautiful. I start with the base, tight bond 3 because it's waterproof. Clamp it and shoot some pin nails in. Then onto the box itself. Glue, clamp, and some more pin nails. I set the back flush, but the front gets just a little recess. 1/8 inch, maybe even less, really more like a 1/16 inch. Just enough so that it looks intentional. Then shoot the top on. I shot it on with just a few pin nails to hold it in place. I'm going to sink some screws in the top, so pop the top off to clean. Wasps sometimes nest in them. The bottom gets a 1/2 inch gap for ventilation, then glued and pin nailed in. And here we are. I love this thing. Last year, bats were flying around in the evening, and literally, no joke, flew between me and a full moon. My wife and I nearly died in shock. It was beautiful, haunting, but absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to mount this on the side of my garage, facing south, 15 feet up or so, under the eaves a little. We'll probably add 3 more up there, a total of 3, and I think 1 on the back of the barn. As I said, I can't stop making them. Are you going to give it a go? As always, thank you for watching and choosing to spend 15 minutes building with me. Until the next time.